Hey guys, welcome. It's Jake from the Chop Shop. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go have a look inside and have a yarn, and I'll give you a welcome. At the shop today, I'm not going to do anything drastic this episode. I'm going to take you through a few things. Today, working on Gary's Monaro sports wagon, as he likes to call it. Made a bit of a fuck up on the front quarter panel, so I'm going to blow a bit of colour on that. I'll take you guys along as I do that, and then we'll talk about a few builds. And so here it is. See that? Gonna chuck it in the booth in a minute, blow a bit of colour on that, and then boom, we're good to go. So what I like to do when I do a panel like this, wet rub, 600, boom, clean it, chuck it in the booth, let's go. Now, here's another cool car in the shop at the moment, as I'm just getting ready to put Gary's car in the booth. Luke's HG, so here it is. You would have seen this on Instagram a few places, and what a car, man. Hats off to Luke for doing all the fab work and everything. He's gone over it. Did it all at home in the shed, man. So you can do this sort of stuff in the shed, no worries, if you put your heart to it. I've recently just given it a little lick of paint, so I can't take too much credit for it, but hell of a car, man. So, 1512s, look at that. Floaters, wheel and tire Kingdom beadlock on a World Illume Star, or whatever the fuck you call it. 15.5 inch wide tire, Mickey Thompson's. I think it's called a coral colour, coral blue. Look at that. V-series up the front. Whoo! Smooth bay. Beautiful. So also with this car, we'll touch on it in a minute, but me and Lukey, we're doing a bit of a trade-off, right? So nice front end in this car. Rack and pinion steering, all the goods, got coilovers in it, wheelwood brakes. It's a beautiful setup he's made. I think he designed it, or Zagari designed it, something like that. But end of last year, we were putting together the VL, which is maybe, can you see it at the back? And I started talking to Lukey, and then I brought the Monaro, and I said I need a front end, and he's like, well, I can make you one, and he needed a paint job, and I said, fuck man, why don't we do a bit of a trade? And so I've ended up giving his car a lick, and in the meantime, in the background, at their shop, Fat Guts Racing, he's putting me together exact same front end as his car. So rack and pinion, he's building me one from scratch. So that's one thing we're getting ready for the Monaro. I love a Monaro. That's, for me, that's like the be all and end all of cars, eh? So that's something in the background that it's happening, all kinds of things. One thing I do want to keep everybody in the loop for is, I feel like a lot of channels, man, they don't, I don't know how to put it, they don't explain what things cost and how they get them, or how they save up for them, or what they're paying for a car, or what they're selling a car for. So all the viewers, you guys out there, you're like, fucking, where are they getting the money from, or how much money do they have, and how they're making it happen. So that's one thing I do want to explain to you guys, is where I get my parts and some of the deals, the flips, the cars, and all that sort of stuff. Because I did get a few questions the other day about the business side of things and money and small business and all that sort of stuff. So I will give you a bit of an insight into my situation anyway. So that's one thing, like I like to do little deals like that, help Lukey out, he helps me out. It's a win-win really. Quick little tip, all right? Little guns, yeah, little guns. Killer, good. All right, you don't always need the big gun. If you're gonna do a little blow in or whatever, just use one of these. They save like fucking half the material. They lay on beautiful because it's just atomizing the painkiller. It's coming out of a finer tip most of the time. And then, boom, all right? That's a little Wildcard tip, all right? I'll explain to you what a Wildcard is a little bit later as well. You enjoy that one. Tell you what, I'll lose it over that car. I'll fucking lose it. That there, it's a dangerous day to be a Monaro sitting over there. I seriously want to just take a grinder to it ASAP. But I'm excited because I went and ordered some wheels from Wheel and Tyre Kingdom. It's, I think they're called the Outlaw Drag, same as on my VL, but all polished. So with the bead lock, and the rear's 15, 12, 3.5 inch backspace. So same as Lukey's car. So I'm wrapped. So seeing that here, it's like, man, it's motivating. Also, I got some more goodies for the Monaro, right? I'll give you a bit of an insight. So let's go have a look in the office. All right, look at this. Whew. Looks like Gaz has been here. But look at that. Beautiful. That's good. Beautiful. So, anyway, so I got some brakes, front brakes and stub axles and all that sort of stuff. Brought that the other day for the Monaro, and then the diff just showed you guys down there. So, picked that up from Mel down there at Outlaws. I think he got it built for a project or something, and then he had it up for sale on Marketplace. So I picked that one up. I got it for an absolute steal. Got it for 4,800. So it came with housing, brakes, floaters, brake lines, axles. That's 35 spline axles in that. So, and I think overall it's like 10 mil wider than Lukey's rear end, so it worked out just perfect. So probably not usable for too many other people, but for me, my application, killer. What else we got? Some wheels, love that. So Nino, Wheel and Tyre Kingdom, gave me those ones to test fit under the Monaro, and we'll start cutting it up. All right, so I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about early Commodores, because I get numerous questions on Instagram, whatever, about tubbing, bays, whatever, right? So I'm gonna answer some questions, and then in the near future, we're gonna do a little project or something, whether it's a customer job that comes in, I'll film that. I'm gonna film a mini tub, a split tub, or whatever of a Commodore, and the bay from start to finish, just to show you guys at home how to do it, because I'm all for people doing stuff at home. All right, just because I have a shop doesn't mean I want to hide the secrets close to my heart, right? I don't really care. So, here's what I'm doing at the moment. VK. Spare tire weld delete. Yep. Split tubbed. Yep. Now you can see there's a joint, right? So basically, I cut the tub, right? Take it out of the car, both sides. Remove the lip, right? There's usually a lip here, right? We delete that, grind that back, move the tub over, weld it in place, and put a strip. All right, now that's easy to explain, but I will go into depth and show you a bit more about it. On this car, Pro 9 adjustable arms, I like them. They're chromoly, they're sexual. Now, you would know when you split tub, because there's a shock mount up there, you're moving the shock mount over. All right? So what we do, cut this bracket off, move it over the same amount as you've moved over your tub. That's pretty crucial. Adjustable panhard rod, right? Piss the standard bracket off because that's shit, and it also comes out and clearance issues, whatever. So make it out of steel, and then I cut and shut the arm a bit shorter. All right, you want it pretty much standard location, standard drop. It's something to do with the geometry, right? We can go into that later, but not today. I also put a chromoly bar in here, right? This particular car had been stoved, and this would be increased, so we just put that in to retain the strength. Also, spring perches, unpick these, move these in. I buy the arms without the spring perch because I move my spring perch over as well, because we're moving the spring over, we're moving the shock over. That gives us clearance here for the wheel. All right, that's pretty important. Apart from that, pretty simple. Shorten the diff, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. All right, quick little intermission. Cars is fucking coffee breaks, all right? You gotta have at least 5 a day, so we're jumping in the old girl. Let's go to X Convenience. All right, next tip I'm gonna give you guys, anywhere else, but you wanna get the New Jersey wrap, yeah? You wanna get it toasted, and it's gonna change your fucking life, all right? Let's rock and roll. Came here and seen the boys at the body shop, Port Road, Allenby Gardens. If you're in the area in SA, go see them, they're the best there is. Hell good blokes, just ask them what you need. I think that's all my running around done for today. So now, Luke's car again, the dash column, gonna prep that up for paint. I think it finishes it off real nice with this model car, the HKTGs, painted dash, body color, I like it. Basically, first thing, strip all the nuts and bolts out of the dash. You always want to make sure you got everything stripped out. It's easier to sand that way, trust me. Within reason, depends on the car, depends on the job, depends on a lot of things. But when it's mostly stripped like this, you may as well just finish it off. Do that extra 5 to 10% and fucking, it's a better outcome. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so we're back on Luke's car now that Gary's wagon is finished up for now, on my part anyway. But I've got some GMH black here, just 1K. Surprise, surprise. I wasn't happy with the bonnet. Put a bit more filler in this area here. Gonna chuck it in the booth, lay a coat of primer on. Can't believe the amount of issues I have with this bonnet. It's a fiberglass one, and the whole thing was just like massive warps all the way through, and that's a pain in the ass, really, because what are you gonna do? You can't heat it up, panel beat it, really, so you just gotta make do with what you have. And alright, so we've got Luke's hinges and door catches. They've been primed over previously. I'm going to start polishing the car, so I need to secure the doors, right? And I'm going to paint strip them, clean them up. I'll show you what I do when I clean this sort of stuff up. Got this this bowl, bit of paint stripper, paintbrush, and then just put them in like that, whatever. Spread your paint stripper around, and it takes a little bit of time, but they'll come up nice. All right, so they're all pressure washed off, all the paint strippers off. They come up pretty good. But now, I'm gonna do one of my favorite things, right? You guessed it, water in the concrete. That's pretty good. Little rundown on what I'm going to do in this car. I'm going to wipe the car down with a microfiber, some Windex, just get all the dust and all the bullshit off of it. I'll go over it with some 1500, and at the same time, little tungsten block. If there's any little runs or rough little bits I need to denib, this, have a look at it. We'll get on the buff and work our way through it. Let's see how much we can get done today. Alright, so guys, car's blocked, wrapped. That took a few hours, but got there in the end. Now I'm on to buffing again. Same as last time, yellow wall pad. 3D cut. Let's get it done. Alright, so guys, we're here today. Gary's got the wagon out on its debut journey. We're going to take it up to Riverton, pick up another job for the shop. Have a look at it. Super cool out in the light. Looking great. Boys at MCSA and Zach lending us the trailer for the day. So I'll put this wagon to the test.
Expeditions with Gaza.
I just wanna make you mine. Mine. I just wanna make you mine. Mine. I just wanna make you mine. Mine. I just wanna make you mine. I just wanna make you.
Alright, so guys, unfortunately we're out of time this week. It's deep into Saturday afternoon. We got the XY down at the shop. That's going to be an up and coming job, just to do some rust repairs, and it's probably going to follow through to a full paint job. The wagon, flawless, survived its first journey. Looks good out in the daylight. Gary's happy. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed a bit of a look into what we do at the shop. And yeah, as you can see, I didn't quite finish Luke HG, but we're pretty close to finishing the car, so the next episode I'll hopefully have that fully wrapped up. So killer. I didn't get around to any Monaro things this week, but definitely up and coming. Next episode I'll chuck some Monaro stuff in the video for you guys, and we'll see how far we get with that. So I think I'm going to post one of these every week as well, so every Sunday I'll give you guys an update. All right, cheers, bye.